A hauler door opens in the garage at Chicagoland Speedway, and a car that just finished on the podium gets rolled onto it, not for the ride home, but for a one-way trip to a facility in Concord, North Carolina, where race cars get taken apart piece by piece. That car belongs to Denny Hamlin. No explanation, no statement, just a decision made quietly by NASCAR officials while the rest of the sport was still celebrating someone else's night. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why Hamlin's number 11 Toyota ended up at NASCAR's most feared building, and what an insider's post on X revealed within minutes of the checkered flag. The night at Chicagoland Speedway on July 5, 2026 was supposed to be a straightforward story. Chase Briscoe, driving the number 19 Stewart-Haas Racing Ford, started 7th, worked his way forward, and took the lead with 45 laps remaining. He led 3 times for 51 laps and crossed the finish line 0.276 seconds ahead of his own teammate, Christopher Bell. It was Briscoe's first win of the 2026 season, his first at Chicagoland, and the 6th of his Cup Series career. William Byron swept both stages. Denny Hamlin, who had won the pole the day before, brought his car home in 3rd place, his 8th top 10 finish at Chicagoland in 15 races. On the surface, this was Briscoe's story. After the race, Briscoe told reporters, "What an unbelievable weekend." Before we go further, if this kind of detailed NASCAR breakdown is something you want more of, this channel, NASCAR Racing World, is working toward its first 500 subscribers, and every subscribe, like, comment, and share genuinely helps decide what stories get covered next. Your support directly shapes the kind of in-depth content that gets made here. So, if you find value in this, take a second to hit subscribe and drop a comment below. While Briscoe's win was being confirmed, NASCAR officials were already doing something else entirely. NASCAR insider Matt Weaver posted on X that inspection at the track was completed in the Cup Series garage with no issues. That statement, taken alone, sounded like the end of the story. It was not. 2 cars did not clear the garage that night. One of them belonged to Alex Bowman, driver of the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. The other belonged to Denny Hamlin. Both cars were sent to the NASCAR Research and Development Center in Concord, North Carolina. This is not a second garage or a formality. It is a full tear-down facility where engineers dismantle a car component by component, searching for anything that could not be detected by inspectors standing trackside. Officials confirmed that Hamlin's number 11 car and Bowman's number 48 car were both selected for this additional review. The camera in this story stays on Hamlin, not because of anything confirmed against him, but because of where he currently sits, leading the Cup Series point standings by 44 points over Tyler Reddick, with 7 races remaining in the regular season. NASCAR taking a car to the R&D Center does not automatically mean wrongdoing was found, but it does raise the stakes. In the next-gen car era, teams sent to this facility have, on multiple occasions, lost over 100 points in a single ruling. That is not a warning, that is a season-altering penalty, decided away from the track, days after the checkered flag has already fallen. The Chicagoland weekend was already tense before Hamlin's car was ever mentioned. Pre-race inspection failures hit 2 Chevrolet teams before the green flag dropped. Kyle Larson's number 5 car failed inspection twice, costing his crew chief an ejection and the team its pit selection for the weekend. Michael McDowell's number 71 Spire Motorsports Chevrolet failed inspection 3 times, forcing him to start at the rear of the field, serve a pass-through penalty, and lose his car chief for the remainder of the race. NASCAR came into this event already enforcing penalties before a single lap had been run under green. That tension extended beyond the technical inspection sheet. On his own Actions Detrimental podcast, recorded the same weekend, Hamlin addressed NASCAR's handling of the event separately from anything related to his car. Speaking about the track's return, after a 7-year absence from the Cup Series schedule, Hamlin said he wanted the sport to work on their infrastructure. He described filming footage of vehicles that fans had been forced to abandon at the track after heavy rain disrupted the weekend, a scene he referred to on the podcast as a car graveyard. This was not connected to the inspection of his car, but it placed Hamlin and NASCAR's handling of the weekend in the same conversation before the R&D Center story had even broken, adding a second layer of friction between the driver and the sanctioning body. History gives this story its real weight. Most cars sent to the R&D Center are cleared without penalty. That is the pattern most of the time. But the exceptions are the ones remembered. In the next-gen era, several teams have lost more than 100 points in a single decision after a car was flagged for this exact process. The unpredictability of who gets sent is part of what makes it unsettling. NASCAR reporter Dustin Long posted after a separate race earlier this season at Pocono Raceway that inspection there was complete, with no issues, adding, "Denny Hamlin is the winner." In that same post, Long noted that 6 other cars were being sent to the R&D Center that week for further review. That detail matters here. This process does not only target the driver who looked suspicious, and it does not only target the winner. Sometimes it is close to random, sometimes it is not. That is the part of this story that should hold your attention. It is not always the winner being reviewed. It is not always the driver who looked fastest or most aggressive on track. Sometimes NASCAR's closer inspection catches a car that appeared completely clean to everyone watching, including the television broadcast and the drivers who raced against it. The only people who know what the teardown reveals are the engineers standing inside that building in Concord, North Carolina, running their hands over every piece of Hamlin's car on a table, checking components against a rulebook the public never sees applied in real time. Right now, as this story stands, Hamlin's number 11 Toyota remains part of that review process, alongside Bowman's number 48 Chevrolet. NASCAR has not issued a public statement beyond confirming which cars were sent. Hamlin leads the championship standings. His team has had one of the strongest seasons in the Cup Series field through 19 races in 2026, and the outcome of a teardown that has ended full seasons of points for other teams in this same era is still sitting on an engineer's table, unresolved to the public watching from outside. If you want to know exactly what NASCAR's engineers find when they take a car apart piece by piece, and how this story plays out for Hamlin's championship push, that is exactly the kind of follow-up this channel is built to cover. If you enjoyed this breakdown, comment your prediction below on whether Hamlin's car comes back clean, share this video with another NASCAR fan who followed the Chicagoland weekend, and subscribe so you do not miss the moment this story is resolved. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you will like what is coming next.